Well, hey, boys and girls, Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Hope you're having a spectacular day so far, wherever you are. 7:30 out here on the West Coast, the California desert, Rancho Mirage, the Mission Hills Country Club, and we've got rain today for a few more hours. It's all right. We need it, right? And so no tennis for me this morning. Probably not today. Just going to get in the stationary bike and crack a really good sweat today. Man, I love nothing better on a rainy, drizzly day, getting on that stationary, looking outside, and just gushing, just getting it going, doing some core work, and then having a really good stretch session afterwards. Just, God, just love it. Pump out the poisons. Hey, guys, look, if you've been with me since January 1, this is the January 2021 31-day reboot. And let me bring up what we're working on here, all the different things we're working on. Look, physical, right? You want to shed some weight. You want to get some better sleep. Maybe you're looking for better energy that's it's not artificial, caffeinated energy, that kind of stuff. God, I've got friends who love those Monster drinks, and I just go, you've got to be kidding me. That stuff is poison, right? Let's find a different source. Which would, number one, would be getting in great shape, getting some exercise, but changing the way you eat. So look, what I asked you January 1st is let's find one thing that you can eliminate for the next 31 days, right? My wife and I are giving up alcohol for 31 days. Why not? Nice way to kind of clear out the body, clear out the brain, get some, whatever. So anyway, we're giving up, we're doing the classic dry January for 31 days. So no alcohol. Other people have given up sugar, right? Meat, chicken, pork, dairy, caffeine, processed foods, wheat, bread, second helpings. And then number 10 down here is maybe there's something else that you want to put in there for yourself that you think would be something that you do specifically that would be great to give up for 31 days. And the whole thing here is to, after 31 days, after you've dropped the one thing, some people are dropping two things, is on February 1st, kind of reassess. Let's see where you're at. And what you might find is that over those 31 days in January, you went through a period of, all right, here's the one thing I'm going to give up. You went through the first few days, maybe a week or so, 10 days, who knows, of kind of having some cravings for that thing that you're giving up, kind of white knuckling it, but you've gotten through it because you've built some habits, right? You've really worked on creating a new habit of not doing that thing. And now, all of a sudden, come February 1st, you sort of go, well, why would I go back to that thing, right? I mean, I feel better. So why not? Let's go through another month. Let's go through the month of February, and let's see where we end up come March 1st. So this is all about building habits. And the book that I've been recommending is James Clear's Atomic Habits. Here it is. And so look, if you haven't gotten this book, highly recommend it. It's really a great description of habits, what they are, how they work, how they don't work, how to make them easier. And, so far in what are we on the 20th, I've referred to this book a lot. And so look, I would highly recommend that you pick up James Clear Atomic Habits if you haven't already done so. And if you want these notes that we're taking every day, let me know. And I'm more than happy I'm going to be packaging them up into a PDF. Be more than happy to give them to you at the end of January. So here we are. Let's go to today's thing is what I do for lower back pain. All right. And if you're a tennis player, the chances are pretty darn good. The chances are pretty darn good that you've experienced some lower back pain. And for me this summer, and I had never really done what I'm going to tell you that I do. I'd never done this before for lower back pain. And this summer we were in Colorado for over 5 months, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and did a lot of hiking. Hiked almost every day. If I wasn't hiking, maybe I get in the stationary, not stationary, get on the mountain bike and have a good bike ride. But a lot of the hiking that I did up Mount Warner, the ski area in the summer, would go up, and then this path through the trees coming back down little single track path coming down, I would just kind of twinkle toe my way down there, knowing that that's probably better for my tennis to do that than just come down walking down. So I would kind of jog back down. Well, obviously it was good training for tennis, but the problem I had when I got back here into the desert was as soon as I started playing a lot of tennis is my lower back, the right side, something was not right. And so I struggled with that for maybe 3 weeks. Right. And typically when I'm playing tennis, there's probably once a year, forget the hiking thing, but probably once a year where just tennis creates a lower back issue where I'm off the court for 4 or 5 days. I mean, I just know I feel it. There it goes. I'm done for 4 or 5 days. I just know that. And so this year when I got back here and this thing lingered for a while, I really sort of figured it was not really a muscle, but probably some kind of disc compression because of all of the hiking coming back down and that, kind of the jogging back down. Anyway, so my thought was, well, I've got to decompress. I've got to find a way to decompress. And look, I used to have one of these inversion tables, right, where you'd hang. And for me, hanging upside down was not a great feeling. I mean, the blood just rushed into my head and just the whole thing just didn't feel right. And I would get headaches. And so I stopped doing that. So I had to find another way to decompress. And so, again, I don't know how I just thought that, well, maybe this is one way to do it. So I bought one of those chin-up bars and that had it delivered from Amazon. And it's one of those bars that you install in a door jam, right? So I installed it. And not to do chin-ups, but I installed it at such a height that I could actually hang from it and let my lower body just start to slowly decompress what I thought was maybe a little pinched nerve or something in there. And over the course of maybe 3 days, gone, just simply gone. And so it's part of my daily routine now. I'm hanging at least twice a day. And when I say hanging, 45, 60 seconds. That's all I need. And look, in the beginning, when I was doing it, and the side benefit has been that my shoulders have loosened up. When I first started hanging, God, I just felt like my shoulders were just going to explode. I mean, they were so tight. And that's, another thing that we get in tennis is we get tight shoulders, right? Tight upper body. And so it took about a couple of weeks of really being able to get the shoulders stretched out to where I felt that, it's not just where you're coming off of that bar, just going, oh my God. So that would be thing one. The other thing is the yoga child's pose. And I'm standing up here, so can't really show it to you. If you don't know what the yoga child's pose is, just Google it. You'll see it like that. But that, for whatever reason, that position really helps stretch out my lower back. And I do that as well a couple times a day. I do believe that our hamstrings kind of control so much, right? If those are tight, then your glutes are tight, then your lower back muscles get pulled tight, and the whole thing is just tightness galore. So the other thing I do is I've got one of those roller sticks, and I roll out my hamstrings a lot, right? A couple times a day there. And again, we're talking 60 seconds at the most. But it takes time to I think sometimes people go, well, I'm going to go for an hour today to get the whole thing stretched out. Okay. But then I've tried that and then I can't move for a week. So give yourself some time on this in terms of if you've got some lower back pain, rather than going with, the Voltaren or going with the ibuprofen or going, maybe the herbal patch. Okay. I don't know. But does that really decompress or does that? I don't think so. If that's the issue. So those are the three things really. Hanging from a bar, doing the child's pose, and then also rolling out the hamstrings a couple times a day. Big deal. And it works for me. It's worked for me. And I don't have any back pain right now, knock on wood. I'm sure I'm sure I will at some point in the future. It's just going to happen. It's one of those things, all the tennis we play. Guys, with that said, look, if you have any questions, any comments or remarks about what we're talking about today, or anything else that you're working on during this during the body reboot for January and into the future, let me know. You can either drop a comment in the comments area, direct message me over Facebook, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And look, if you're struggling through that one thing that you're trying to give up for the month of January, and you'd like a wingman, you'd like someone to kind of hold your hand through it, be by your side, maybe even an accountability partner, I can provide that service. Just go ahead, and again, you can direct message me at Facebook or shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, with that said, it is time. Get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, we'll do day 21 tomorrow. I'll see you then.